How is it going, everyone? JiraiyaGaming here. Welcome back to episode number 28 of my Jiraiya's Topic Wednesdays. This week is going to be a little bit different from the thumbnail to as well. You should kind of tell maybe a bit of a different feel. This week we're going to be answering, kind of give my thoughts and opinion on a little bit more of a personal Topic Wednesday. And finally, someone finally reply and send me, of course, an inbox message in talking to about something a bit personal to them. So obviously, I'll have to keep their information confidential. Normally, I would give them a shout out, so forth, etc. So with that said, basically what's going on now is this gentleman sent me, of course, an email stating that he was trying to figure out what's the best route to go. He's kind of scared to go to a guidance counselor, or not a guidance counselor, but a marriage counselor, because of the simple fact that he feel like it may be one-sided if they get a female, and then she may feel like it's one-sided if he gets a male, and so forth, etc. Which is kind of common. Most people would actually think that, because you would think the guy automatically will side with the guy and the female would automatically side with the female, which is just, naturally something that people would think. I find that these can be very professional. Most of the people are very professional, so I don't think that necessarily makes a difference. In fact, they listen to the information that you guys are giving them, and of course make an assessment on, of course, and that information you then give them. So you want to make sure when you guys go into that as well, you're being very, very upfront and honest about everything that's going on, because that's the only way they can get to the bottom and give you guys information that you need to help, of course, yourself. Now, I see that you guys have been together for 10 years. You guys do have 3 kids, and you guys have been married for 5. So you guys have been knowing each other for quite a bit, which is pretty good, because normally when you hit that 5 years where it start going downhill and people start divorcing and so forth, etc. Obviously earlier than that, but that's kind of like a sweet spot in most marriages, where it's about 5 years. No, with saying that and sounding like I'm a professional at this, I want to just say that I'm not a professional. So anyone watching this, don't necessarily think that I am. I'm not. I'm just giving my own thoughts and opinion. Here and there, a few experiences, so forth, etc. And that's basically what I'm doing now. I do read up a lot and see certain things. I've been to counselings before. Counseling, I do have a couple people in my family that do counseling. One of my aunts is a counselor. She does do, of course, study psychology, so forth, etc. All of that. My mom did the same thing as well when she was becoming an RN. So all of these things, I kind of have a little bit of a little bit of here and there. I've known a little bit, so that's pretty much about it. Now, I will say it'd be very good for you guys to go to, of course, a marriage counselor. I also highly recommend that anyone that's getting married or just get married, don't wait till they start becoming don't wait until issues start arise. You want to make sure you definitely go, just take the time out, go, and of course just assess what's going on, and kind of have a really good pace of expectations set, because I think sometimes people get into these relationships, marriages and so forth, etc., with the most unrealistic expectations. And some people get into it and feel like they don't have to keep themselves up and keep doing what they're doing. If you think about it, it doesn't make sense that I'm dating this chick and she showed me she's awesome. She showed me herself. She's fun. She loves to hang out. The intimacy is great, and so forth, etc. And then when we get married and have kids, even though I do know your body changes after time and so forth, etc. Let's even take the kids out of it. Let's say after we get married, when we were having, we were being intimate probably 4 times a week, drop to probably 4 times a month, or probably 2 times a month, then that is a big issue. Because remember, this man married you, fell in love with you because of all the stuff that you were giving him, the package. He felt like he had a full package, and that's the package you wanted to go with. So, do you think of it as a car? If I go in and buy a car, and when I'm driving it, the guy's telling me, yeah, it has this, a dash cam, backup camera, navigation system, all these different things. And then the same car they pull out, make sure everything is clean, put the dealer tags on it, and you drive it home, and you drive it, and next thing you know, well, where's the navigation? It's not here. Where's this? How would you feel? You feel robbed. You feel like somebody tricked you into doing something, which is how some people feel sometimes. They may not come out and say it that way because they don't want to hurt, of course, their spouse and the person they're in relations with. But that's exactly how it feels, and it can, of course, build into regrets and some really, really bad negative, negative issues in, of course, the relationship. So again, you want to make sure you definitely set in really good expectation. Make sure you're not giving people false advertisement. And basically what I mean is, don't act. That's what people always say: be yourself, because at the end of the day, that's what the person is getting. Because eventually, you will have to change. The truth would always come out. and that's just the way it is. So with that said, he's been having issues obviously with his wife, no intimacy, and it's becoming very, very awful. And he's thought about cheating on her and so forth, etc. And before he gets to that point, he wanted to try and see what he can do. He's also spoken to her about the situation, and she just kind of blew it off, saying, you know, sex is not more important because, you know, kids are here and so forth, etc. You know, it's all about the kids and so forth. Now, while the kids are very important, you have to remember that you are living your life too as well, and you have to remember what actually brought the kids into this world is the relationship that you guys had. If the relationship is no longer there, then not only you're hurting yourself in the relationship, but you're also hurting the kids as well. Because if, you know, what I'm hearing, it may seem like someone may step out on the relationship, which may lead to you guys getting divorced. Guess who in the hand is getting hurt? The kids. So you want to definitely make sure you're keeping that in mind too as well, on both sides, both your wife and of course yourself as well. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind. And what I would suggest doing again is definitely going and seeing a marriage counselor. It's very, very important, man. And it'd be very good to go there and just open up, let everything out. Don't hold anything back. Be as honest as possible, because honesty is what's going to get you guys through this. Be honest on both sides, lay it out so that they can help you. And of course, with that said, I would definitely make sure to sit her down first, explain to her what the issues are that you are having with her and the issues that she may be having with you. Tell her to tell you so you can try and work on them. But I always recommend going to see a marriage counselor. It doesn't matter if you're married or not, if you're having issues in your marriage or not. It's really good to go and see a counselor because it definitely sets you up perfectly, knowing what to expect, understanding each other a little bit more, getting that communication going, because often that's what breaks down in relationship is communication, intimacy and so forth. Those are normally the things that are first thing to go. So keep that in mind, especially when kids and so forth comes in to play. Now with that said, guys, I'm not going to dwell on this too much because I don't want to be repeating myself, but the major thing that you guys need to do is sit down, talk about it. I know you said you talked to her already before. Sit down, talk to her again. Make sure when you go to her with the most peaceful mind and just, you know, take your time and talk to her, because if she's already thinking and knowing that she got issues and she feel bad about it, it's only going to aggravate her. If you're talking in a really aggressive tone, she may take offense to it, because she already knows she's mad at herself, and then you're talking about it's only going to make her mad. So think about that too as well. So you want to go to her when you guys are light of issues and, you know, free to talk and, you know, open to communication. So you might want to definitely keep that in mind, because it will definitely help. Now with that said, thank you very much for leaving, of course, that comment or that topic into, of course, my inbox. I very much appreciate it, the first one, so thank you very much. Congratulations for being the first one. Unfortunately, I can't give you information obviously, so you know, we can't say who it is, but nevertheless, I really and truly appreciate it. Finally my first one, and I'm really loving this one. This one's really interesting too as well. Now with that said, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. Do you guys agree with me, disagree with me? You guys want to add anything to it, be sure to definitely let me know in the comment section. If you guys have any suggestion for a topic you'd like me to do, whether it be just a regular topic or something personal like this one, I would love to talk about them. So be sure to definitely let me know, and I'll give you guys my thoughts and opinion when it comes to that as well. Now with that said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new here and want to see more. And of course, as always, I'm your host, JiraiyaGaming. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.